disposable. Go for another half a stop.
It's just a quick reverse, it's the other disposal. It all evens up.
Okay, we're standing by and action.
Well, it's been a long time coming, but it's finally here. Like you, I've been really looking forward to seeing this all-new Holden ute. I have to tell you, it was worth the wait. And when you think about it, here in this country, there's not too many things that hold such a special place in our memory and our history. The Holden ute is an Australian icon, but now we're going to a new level. Whatever our reasons for loving this vehicle, we've never seen anything like this. The VU ute sets a new benchmark for working vehicles in refinement, safety, performance and driver enjoyment. And it will be my pleasure to show you the three models, starting with the base utility, then the S-Pack and on to the remarkable SS version. Now, I don't know how many of these incredible machines will be driven hard over rugged country with a couple of sheep and a few rolls of baling wire on the back. I reckon the majority of them will be seen cruising sealed roads, polished up and looking good, because the VU ute is as comfortable as a sedan. It's tough enough to handle anything you would like to throw at it, but research and history tells us the vast majority of utility vehicles are used primarily for light daily work and driving pleasure. So this VU was developed to deliver a responsive engine, independent rear suspension, carpeted and well-appointed interiors, and a passenger vehicle approach to safety. Mind you, it's still a great ute for anyone looking for a light commercial workhorse. The only difference being they won't have to compromise on comfort, function or appearance. It's obvious to me the design team has done an outstanding job with this vehicle. They set out with some clear objectives: to create a workhorse that doesn't look like a workhorse, but rather a show vehicle with an improved payload capacity over VS. And they've achieved both these objectives and more. This is the workhorse that looks like a thoroughbred. It doesn't have a split box design like Ford, it's got fully integrated body styling. The tonneau is a new flush fit and streamlined style without the visible hooks and truck-like features. And we have here a show vehicle that still manages an improved payload capacity over the VS. The design team has also managed to increase cabin space and incorporate longer seat travel. Holden has had some good-looking utes in the past, but the VU is a class apart. To say I'm impressed is an understatement. The VU builds on the proven formula that was VT Commodore and then benefits from the significant changes made to the VX. The result is a vehicle that, like the VT, has the potential to set new records in terms of sales, resale value, occupant safety and owner satisfaction. I'm going to take you through the base ute in some detail and then identify the feature and design differences on S-Pack and the SS. When it's appropriate, I'll also show you how we compare with the Falcon ute. We'll start at the front of this beauty, the base model ute, and work our way around the vehicle. You've probably noticed the VU offers the same visual appeal as the VX. Here are the new teardrop headlights which, using the latest reflector technology, will deliver an improved low beam performance. There are two engine options across the VU range. The first is the standard V6, which offers the recently improved power and economy changes introduced on the VX. That's 152 kilowatts of power and 305 newton meters of torque. The alternative engine is a remarkable all-alloy Gen 3 V8, now producing 225 kilowatts of power and a massive 460 newton metres of torque. As before with VS, the V8 option is only available on the S and SS models. The 5-speed Getrag manual gearbox is standard on the V6, and the 6-speed T56 Borg Warner is standard on the V8, although both engines can be optioned with the 4-speed automatic transmission. Ford Straight 6 has a similar power output to our V6 at 157 kilowatts and a torque figure of 357 newton metres, giving them a 52 newton metres advantage. But, and it's a big but, they have a fuel disadvantage of half a litre more per 100 kilometres city cycle. Their V8 engine falls well short of our Gen 3, putting out only 175 kilowatts and 395 newton metres. Even their tick-fit enhanced engine in the XR8 puts out only 200 kilowatts and 420 newton metres, and that's only on premium unleaded fuel. On this base model VU, the wheel and tyre sizes are similar to VX Executive. That's 205 by 65 on 15-inch steel wheels with H-rated tyres. The only difference is that on the Ute, the rims are a little wider at 15 by 7 to accommodate heavy loads in the back. The front brakes are ventilated discs with a twin piston caliper. Front suspension is McPherson strut and features the ride and handling changes made for the VX for improved steering, control and handling. A crash pulse optimisation structure is built into the front of the vehicle, and this allows better management of crash energy in a frontal collision. Inside, on the passenger side, it's very comfy. There's the same comfort and convenience features of VX, as well as safety features like seatbelt pre-tensioners and anti-submarining seats. While a driver's airbag is standard, the passenger airbag is an option. Side impact airbags are not available on this utility. Without a boot and back seat, storage areas become important in a ute, and the VU goes all out to cover this. You get a cargo area storage net in the back panel, a lidded centre console and a separate console bin, 2 door bins and a glove box large enough to take a full-size street directory. The additional 24mm of seat travel also gives you substantial storage capacity behind the seats. The comfort and convenience provided in the interior of this ute extends to the electrically operated exterior mirrors, a fully carpeted floor and wide opening doors that make it easier to get in and out. So let's move around to the business end of the ute, and have I got a story to tell you here. The revised IRS suspension system provides excellent ride, handling and comfort, yet it offers a full 780 kilograms payload on the manual and 830 kilograms in the auto. Now, while payload is important, let's understand that the improved dimensions on the VU now allow for the flat carriage of most standard size building materials and a standard pallet. Sitting on the wagon long wheelbase, the VU tray is a massive 374 millimetres longer than the Falcon Ute. It's also a significant 22 millimetres wider between the wheel arches and also offers an additional 100 millimetres more tray depth. And importantly, for our current VS Ute owners, the payload provides a significant increase of 75 kilograms over their existing vehicle. To compare the dimensions of the VU versus the VS, the increases are 55 millimetres extra width between the wheelhouses and 48 millimetres additional tray length. Let's take another look at the revised IRS system. The value of the sedan system is in its ride and handling, but a utility suspension has very different needs. Carrying capacity, ride and handling characteristics and lane change behaviour when empty or fully laden demand a very different rear suspension setup. Holden's suspension engineers had to review tyre construction, tread compound, reduction of negative camber and employ the use of variable mini-block rear springs. The result is a system that offers similar ride and handling to a sedan and the carrying capacity and weight change realities of a working ute. Holden was determined to provide a load-carrying vehicle with sedan-like drivability, and this is where they've provided an excellent opportunity for comparison with the Falcon ute. Now, the Ford is a short wheelbase vehicle with a solid rear axle and a cargo area sitting on leaf springs. Added to this, there is a join in the chassis where it connects to the cabin area. Now, in my opinion, this is hardly a recipe for refined ride and handling. Holden believes that just because an owner needs carrying capacity, they should not be denied the opportunity to enjoy the driving experience. The rear brakes are a solid disc, and the rear wheels and hubs feature special high-capacity sealed-for-life wheel bearings. The differential pinion has been shot peen for extra load carrying capacity. A single IRS load sensing valve automatically provides balanced braking from front to rear regardless of the load being carried. The fuel tank holds 70 litres of fuel. Now, Ford made a big deal about their polythene bed liner in the back of the AU ute, but that's exactly what it is, just a plastic liner over a metal framework. A quick glance under a Falcon ute will soon confirm this. The VU has a solid, heavy-gauge galvanised steel tray. It offers more structural strength and a superior load weight distribution. Now, our VS owners will find another new feature in the rear cargo area, where 8 tie-down hooks assist in keeping loads in place. This is a practical and very handy idea. Another great feature is a low load level when the tailgate is open. And having rear bumperettes instead of a normal rear bumper means the tailgate opens lower, allowing the forklift to load easier and distribute the load even better over the rear axle. The wind-down spare is, as before, located under the floor at the rear. The curved rear glass is not just there for its good looks. It also minimises reflections on the dash instruments and helps further reduce cabin boom. And now the rear window is fitted with a demister. Have a look at this. Let's start with the spectacular frontal appearance that now defines VX Commodore. Notice how the lines flow through the long, graceful side panels and are completed with the bold tailgate statement. The VU comes with all the security and anti-theft features we have on the VX. This includes the rolling security code, the deadlock facility, central locking, a freewheel key cylinder, driver's door only unlock, slip ring steering wheel and the engine disable. Clearly, it's Holden's intention that anyone who buys a ute should get to keep it. Let's just pause here to note that the Falcon ute offers no rolling code security, no deadlock, no freewheel key cylinder and no slip ring steering wheel. Once behind the wheel, we can see that the base ute features a fixed height seat but offers improved leg room over the VS. The steering wheel provides full reach and brake adjustment, and to create even more driver comfort and control, the VU has increased headroom and greater hip and shoulder dimensions. An increase in the entrance height makes it easier to get in and out. A single CD player is standard across all VU utes. The 6-function trip computer is also standard. The speed alert function is of real value to anyone who needs their car and their licence to continue in business. The distance to go and time to go functions could also be of great value to the tradesmen covering longer distances and wishing to advise customers of their expected time of arrival. This function is not offered on the Falcon ute. All the safety functions previously mentioned are present, including the full-size 65-litre driver's airbag. So, without going into real detail you could find by reading a brochure, that's a fair overview of the VU base ute. But wait, there's more. This is the S-Pack, and it's loaded with additional features. The S-Pack can be spec'd with the Gen 3 V8. Additional features on the S over the base ute include body-coloured exterior mirrors and power windows. The 16-inch alloy wheels fitted with 225 by 55 V-rated tyres still allow a 735 kilogram payload, This is substantially better than the 570 kilograms offered by the XLS and XR6 Falcon Ute. And the great new flush fit tonneau cover, which I'll be going into in more detail in a moment, is standard on the S-Pack. Behind the wheel, the electric seat height adjustment is standard, along with cruise control and steering wheel mounted radio and CD controls. A passenger seat lumbar support is also included. To achieve ramp clearance requirements, the sedan body kit is not fitted to the S-Pack Ute, and ABS brakes can be optioned on the S-Pack. Wow, take a look at this beauty. It really is an impressive piece of styling. The SS model comes with all the features we've already talked about, but it's in a class of its own, with a lower SS body kit featured on the VX sedan. This design includes the front fog lights and exclusive SS black headlamp surrounds. The SS is also fitted with a Gen 3 V8 engine and with additional control offered via a limited slip diff. Handling is refined even further with FE2 suspension. In the case of SS, the 17-inch wheels, shod with a 235/45 V-rated tyre, still offers superior carrying capacity over Falcon with a maximum 665 kg payload versus the Falcon XR8 544 kgs. And naturally, braking control is enhanced with ABS brakes. Inside the car, you'll notice that air conditioning is standard, as is the passenger airbag. The stunning colour-coded instrument panel and exclusive SS seats and trim match to the exterior colour of the car. The leather-wrapped steering wheel, the gear shift surround and the power antenna add to the prestige feel. We should add here that traction control is not available, as the system used by Holden is not fully compatible with the load-sensing brake proportioning valve required in the Ute. But everything that's desirable in a prestige utility, including some things you probably hadn't realised you desired, are packed into the SS. And this includes this incredible new tonneau system. One of the great stories on this VU is the method used to lock down the flush fit tonneau cover. Extensive research, development and wind tunnel testing was done to arrive at this system. A single bar at the front of the vehicle locks the tonneau into place and does away with a multi-press stud system on the VS. The sides and rear are locked down using a method that is simple to use as closing a resealable plastic bag. There are no tie downs, and you're left with a smooth, clean line around the Ute, whether the tonneau is fitted or not. This not only helps the overall appearance of the vehicle, it also minimises tonneau wrinkles and reduces paint wear around the top of the cargo area. The benefits of this just keep on impressing me. In an important design change, the front bar is no longer directly connected to the metalwork at the rear of the cabin. This helps prevent any vibration from the tonneau resonating through the cabin to the occupants. A magnetic flap seals the gap between the removable bar and the cabin to help keep water out. To further minimise noise and vibration, two ribs are now fitted across the load area to significantly reduce tonneau movement. You can see the remarkable attention to detail in the fact that the front bar also offers a 3-position setting for the tonneau to allow for stretch or shrinkage. So let's talk about fitting the tonneau. It really is as easy as it looks. Firstly, you remove it from the tonneau bag. You'll notice 2 bows of differing lengths and 4 bow attachments supplied with your vehicle. To fit them, simply tilt and clip them back into place using the holes on the upper rails. That's the ones without the screw heads visible. Slide the 2 bows through the holes in the bow attachments. To attach the front bar to the tonneau, firstly lay the tonneau flat to establish the front edge, which has a large cutaway. Now thread the bar through the tonneau. When the tonneau is new, the front slot should be used, but as the tonneau gets older, the other slots might need to be used. Place the tonneau roughly in position in the tray with the bar to the front. Fold the tonneau's magnetic strip backwards and fit one end of the bar into the slot. Then from underneath, move the other end of the bar into the other slot by tilting up and pulling into place. Fold the magnetic strip forwards. Lay the tonneau over the bows. Use the finger loops to pull the tonneau's plastic strip over the slot in the ute, starting from the rear. Push down with your hand to smooth the rear strip along the slot into place. After the tonneau is attached at the rear, the same attachment method is used on both sides. To remove the tonneau, use the finger loops and then remove the bows by pulling straight up. The bows and tonneau can be folded and stored in the bag provided. To fold your tonneau, lay it flat, top side up, and fold the bottom corner to form a triangle. Fold the other bottom corner to form a smaller triangle. Roll up the tonneau starting from the point of the triangle. It can be stored easily behind the back seats. Now for higher loads, Holden has created a special high load system. First, attach the front of the tonneau as we did before, laying it roughly in position. Underneath the tonneau there is a cord with attaching clips. Working around the ute, place the clips in the slots. To remove the tonneau, simply pull the clips upwards. Holden is offering some new colours for the VU ute, which will make it a standout vehicle wherever it's being driven. The base Holden ute is available in Heron White, Red Hot, Tiger Mica, Genesis Mica and Phantom Mica, whilst the S and SS ute are available only in Heron White, Red Hot, Tiger Mica and Phantom Mica. So there we have it. The VU will satisfy all genuine utility buyers with its fantastic visual appeal, top performance and handling, and many active and passive safety features that lead the competition. The all-new VU Holden ute is certain to recapture sales leadership in this category. Now, I've already said what we all know, that the Holden ute is a legendary place in Australia's hearts and minds, but the VU is really something else. A new ute for a new time. A new legend.